It's time to go and look at the view and see a little around the ship. Then I started to hear it bubble and the entire train. I need to go and talk to reception because this is not the Christiania I remember. At the end. Finish, huh? Yeah. So I will bring you throughout the world. I will show you the castles. I will show you the graffiti. I will show you the life. And not only that, I will of course do it while carrying a beer in my pocket. Because I'm not a fucking loser, you know? And when you just look at it, massive, massive elephants. So it's me and the elephants, you know? Hello, and welcome to Oslo City. Today we are going to try something new. We are taking the cheapest cruise I could find in Northern Europe. So this is a 2-day cruise that will go to, it goes from Oslo to Copenhagen. And then there's about 6 hours stop in Copenhagen. Then it goes back up to Oslo. So follow this week's journey as we travel to Copenhagen. I will tell you more about the prices and such later on. But if you take a look here, you might be able to see the ship actually. It's in the horizon. And seeing as the ship goes this close from Oslo Central Station, I will just walk over there. Here you have the beautiful Oslo Opera House in my background. As we keep on walking towards the ship, you will be able to see the joys of Oslo. As I said earlier, over here you have the Oslo Central Station, you have the famous library. There you have the Opera House, and behind there you can see the Munch Museum, which is quite newly built. And then the promenade towards the ship, it's also where a couple of other big cruise ships from the US arrives. And it's actually just a short walk from the central. So do not buy shuttle transport or anything like that. So hopefully I will be able to show you what I enjoy about Copenhagen when we get there. But first, I'm showing you the parts of Oslo that I don't usually get to show you. So here it's Havnelageret, and Havnelageret it's like the dock depot. It used to be an army building and has been for many years. Now it's just fancy office spaces. And then you have like these floating saunas all over Oslo Central Station area. And then you can just skinny dip into the ocean when you get too hot. If we follow over here, you see it's the Oslo Stock Exchange. And over here we have the new fancy buildings of Sørenga. So let me know if you guys want me to show you around all of Oslo one day, because I do mostly travel content, but maybe I can help a couple of people enjoy Oslo like a local as well. And over here you have the venue called Salt, which is made up of several like drying sheds for stockfish that they use in the northern parts of Norway. And they are also filled with saunas. So I guess you can see like the mantra of it all is Oslo has lots of saunas. It's not as extensive as in Finland, but you're never far away from one. They also do like cool concerts. The temperature today is quite cold though. So I probably should have brought some gloves, because usually the wind in Copenhagen also picks up quite a lot. As you can see over here, they got like a full lineup, so it's open every day. These are some of the events that they are having. No, actually it's the old events from last year, so they haven't updated it yet, but there's usually a couple of events every week there. Here's one of the new big fire stations in Oslo. So you get to see kind of a little bit of everything if you just walk to the ship. So today I am traveling with Go-Nordic cruise lines. So they have taken over this route from DFDS Seaways, I think 2 years ago, maybe 1 year ago. And now they have supposedly also upgraded the ships with better rooms. So I can't wait to see the new upgrades. Hopefully they are a little better than what I remember from 10 years ago. You see the spires and such here. This is all the area of Akershus Festning, or Akershus Fortress, which is the oldest still standing building in Oslo. And also a former army fort with everything that entails. And as you can see here now, because the ship does take trucks and cars as well. So for big trucks, it's in here, and for passengers on foot and in cars, it's an entrance over there towards the ship. It's also possible to take the bus directly to the ship. It's a local bus line. I just wanted to have the walk and show you guys a little around as well. But the bus is 40 kroner, so it's about 4 euros, maybe a little more. So if you're on a budget, which I am, definitely it's good to save them.
Aye, aye.
So if you see over here, you can see the brick buildings. It's the part of the Akershus Fortress. Definitely would advise you to have a day, especially if you're here in the summertime, to just walk around and enjoy the vibes. It's quite a chill, place where you can have a picnic and such. And here you see the cars have started to line up to be boarded onto the ship. And we have the ship over there with the red chimney and turquoise painting. And maybe you can see it over there. That's the building we are going to enter, the Go-Nordic cruise line. And hopefully they will impress with a good trip this time. But first, I'm going over to the fishmonger's hall and having a cigarette and maybe buying some fish cakes. So then it's about time to head in. First, as you can see here, so that's the bus that goes from the city center to here. It's the number 60 Copenhagen. So if you don't want to walk in the cold, you have the option. I think it goes quite often. I will check on my way to the terminal here. Yeah, most of the day it goes 4 times an hour, so it shouldn't be a problem to get out here. Also, you have Vippetangen over here, which is like a food hall, food court style. So if you just want to have the 1 hour, because you have to leave the ship for 1 hour in port, that's a good place to grab something to eat before you go inside again for the return journey. And now you see, they just turned on the engine. You can see the black smoke. And then it's just to get checked in, I would think. And let's hope they don't mind the camera too much. So here we are outside. And now we are entering, so hopefully I can get some feeling back into my hands. Let's see what the Go-Nordic cruise line can provide. Whew. Yeah, helps right away. Hej. Du håller i ID-kort eller ska du ha pass också?
Jag vill ha ett ID-kort och så en QR-kod.
QR-kode här.
Perfekt.
Perfekt.
Och så där.
Får inte något bättre än det.
Det blir inte bättre. Jakob. Det ser bra ut. Skulle vilja få ett kort här.
Ja. Ellers blir det väl vanskelig å komme seg inn på rommet si.
Jag har rätt. Det blir väldigt... Nej, alltså du kan ju språka den på. Men det är bara... Vi plejer ha, alltså sista gången vi var här i Oslo så hade vi den bara så. Och den lyser i rätt ut sen den. Shit, är det något helt nu? Jag kan spela det. Nu! Jakob.
Perfekt.
Tack för det.
Mange tack.
God tur.
Tack, tack. Yeah, then we have gotten the key card. And now it's just to go past customs, I think. And then we can just check into the room. I'll just get my key card safely away before I lose it. Yeah, so hopefully this is going to be a good experience. It seems so. The card machine was very slow. It was nice service, so shouldn't be a problem either way. Yeah, no customs check today. And then we enter the ship. So we're on the gangway and we'll see how this works. So my room number is 5312. And it should be on... Tack, tack. Yeah. So this is my room. 5312. Now let's see. Yeah. It's not very big, but definitely works. Single bed, a little workstation, a TV. I probably should have brought the HDMI cable so I could watch something on my computer. And then there's another bunk there if you are more than one. Let's see how... Yeah, actually it's quite a lot better than I remember it being. Even if there's barely any lighting in the room though. No, in the bathroom. But that's really not that important. Yeah, I think I will get settled in and then I will show you around the ship. So then we are a little settled in and it's time to go and look at the view and see a little around the ship. What's improved and what has not before we come back to the room and discuss the price. Always a little disorientating to be on a ship with everything looking the same. but we have managed to find the hallway. As you can see, it's carpets the same as it used to be before. Now let's go and check the overview. That should be able to tell us some things. Okay, so deck 11. Yeah, let's just try and go to deck 11 now. Honestly, it's the same paintings that it used to be here when it was DFDS, so not too much has been changed. Hi. Okay, so deck 7 is where the reception and such is. And the restaurant, I will show you that later on. Yeah, now we're in the 8th deck. Oh, we can see over here it says entertainment on board. Maybe there's something good, huh? Yeah, so we can see it's live music, bingo, live band, drawing competition, horse race, party quiz, then troubadour or live band. And this is our captain. No. So I would say much of the ship is the same, but they have actually upgraded the rooms, and it does feel like an upgrade. The other stuff kind of seems like the same, but let's not judge too early. Yeah. It's quite windy though. But now you can see like the view. There's no smoking here though, so let's see if we can find the smoking deck. That's usually where there's people to meet. So now we're on the top. It's quite high. Yeah. I don't know if you can hear me, but it's quite beautiful though to be up here. Huh. Brings back lots of memories. Let's see if we can get a better view of the Oslo city center. And this seems to be the smoking area as well. So let's see. Yeah, here we can see the entire city of Oslo. So there we have the Monk Museum. There we have the opera that I showed you earlier. The Dijkman Library. Akershus Fortress. The City Hall. The Postal Building. And Barcode. Quite chilly out here. I probably should have brought the jacket on, but it's Oslo in all of its glory, even if it's quite windy and cold. Oof. There's a little less wind here though. And then I think it's the tugboat oh! No. some heat coming out. I think it might be search and rescue or firefighters. Quite majestic though. So yeah. When I tell you guys the price, you will definitely understand why I'm out here. It's quite decent. And I also have splurged though. And I will show you how later on. But this will be a phenomenal trip. Hopefully we meet some nice people and we get to talking.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. This is your captain. My name is Ingemar Theo Thomsen, and it is with great pleasure that on behalf of the Go-nordic cruise line and the crew can welcome you aboard the Nordic Pearl. We have now left the port of Oslo and are proceeding throughout the Oslo fjord and into Skagerrak. From there we will continue our journey along the Swedish coast into the Sound and south towards Copenhagen. The expected time of arrival at Copenhagen tomorrow morning will be at 10 o'clock. The weather forecast for this voyage predict a northeasterly wind around 8 to 12 meters per second and a wave height of approximately 1 meter, so I'm sure we'll have a smooth and comfortable crossing. During the crossing, our highly professional and dedicated hotel crew will do their utmost so you will have a good and memorable time on board. I wish you all a very good evening and a safe and comfortable journey. Thank you.
Yeah, well, then you heard that. So we have left port. Now I think I will go and check how it looks on the outside. Use the last rest of my cell phone coverage. Before maybe I'll get a beer or something. Check out the boat a little. Hopefully we are around Drøbak now, so I can show you where the German warship Blücher was sunk during the Second World War. I'll see. Oh yeah, it's really gotten darker quite quick, yeah. Whew. Be just in time to be able to see actually. I will turn around the camera so you guys get the correct view. So over here. And then you see the islands of the Oslo fjord. So the islands of the Oslo fjord, there's a couple of hundred, and you see there's houses on most of them. Hopefully you can hear something, because with the wind it's not so easy to say. But it's really beautiful when you have like this dark. Yeah, so now let's take the round of the ship, see if we find anything of interest. So now we're on the top floor. Maybe we just go down one floor, other side, and back down.
Very good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. At 5:30, we are starting with today's bingo. After the advice on the etiquette.
Yeah, so there's supposed to be bingo in 1 hour. We'll see. I don't think I will show up for the bingo though. But here we can take the walk and see. Maybe we find the duty free and a bar or two. But first, let's have a look at the ship. Quite a cool one. And then we have the Italian food on my right hand side. And of course some live music in the pub.
Love is a burning thing, nothing been days in my grave. a wild desire. I fell into the freezing fire. I fell into the burning fire.
So then we did a walkthrough of the piano bar. Maybe I'll go there for a beer. And then it's the duty free. Yeah, so I think maybe we'll just do a trip to a duty free shop as we are here. Let's have a look around, see if there's anything nice to buy. Okay, so we have a lot of clothes. Yeah, I think we'll just buy something to drink.
Och 456 blir det.
Norska eller danska?
Danska. Alla priser är danska.
Tack.
Bra kvittering på det.
Nej, det är bra.
Då slänger jag. Ha det så bra.
Hi.
Hej, hej.
Får jag med påsen?
Yes.
Perfekt.
Och 48 kronor för det.
Yep.
Kvittering.
Nej tack. Ha det bra. Yeah. So then we got some beers, got a bottle of water. We'll do the tobacco later on. We managed to buy a couple of stuff. Managed to see the boat leaving Oslo. And now we drink a couple of beers before heading out for dinner. Seems like it's gonna be a good day. So then we are ready to go and grab some dinner. We will try the buffet restaurant, I think it's called Skagen, and see what their selection is. I will of course show you on the way. This, however, does cost more than the entire ticket of the cruise. So we will see if it's valued in the money.
It's gonna ride incredible. I said, oh, there we go, there we go. Yes, I'm alive again. Then I want you to start with me.
Nej, der kommer en til vores gruppe her. Men han
En
har,
ekstra?
Han har sit boardingkort med. Han er så over det.
Jeg har betalt hjemmefra. Du er dit boardingkort.
Hvad siger du?
Den er din.
Det er mit.
Ja. Hvem er den person? Hvor er den person?
Han er på vej op.
Okay.
Han er så over det.
Men er han med, eller er han bare ekstra? Nej, han er med på.
Han er med.
Ja, så fint. Vi går bare ind. Ved du, hvad de siger? Ved du, hvad de siger?
Hej, bare mig.
Værsågod.
Strålende.
Det er den her.
Jep, mange tak.
Du beställer dricka till min kollega. Hon kommer strax till dig.
Perfekt.
Så hon ska också bruka boardingkort. Så
Ja.
det ska bara byggas.
Nej, men den er fin. Hej. Ja. Kan jeg ikke bare få en sånn organisk pilsner?
Ja.
Og gi meg også sparkling vann.
Ja, tack. Må jag blanda ditt boardingkort?
Ja, selvfølgelig.
Och så du kan bara starta med buffé.
Strålende. Tusen hjertelig. We managed to find some seafood. So I usually start my buffet runs with seafood. So we got the crayfish, mussels and shrimps. And we also ordered a craft beer from Svaneke. Supposed to be ecological craft beer. First, let's try the mussels. Yeah, they're okay. Cold, a little garlic, a couple of other vegetables. They're totally okay. Now, how are the shrimps? I've had better, but they work. And let's try a crawfish. And this was actually possible to suck the head off. So usually it's the crawfish that is the least appetizing. But today they were quite alright actually. As you probably also saw when I showed, there's quite some meat dishes. But my impression is that the buffet has gotten smaller from last time I was here about 10 years ago. Yeah, the crawfish are quite nice. I might do another round of these ones. How is the beer? A little fruity, quite tasty, quite tasty. So soon we have the taste explosion ready, which should be quite a decent appetizer. And then a little squeeze of lemon on top. And then it's just to taste, huh? It's phenomenal, actually. After a long day, this was definitely needed. Yeah, so maybe we should go for plate number 2, huh? So then I am back again, this time with some braised beef and some pork barbecue ribs. I don't know, maybe we should try the ribs first. They do seem a tad dry, but we'll see. A little dry, but the spice was quite nice. So, I don't know. I'll finish them at least. But first, let's try this one. It looks juicy, the braised beef. It is. That was really good, actually. Very powerful, though. I'm not sure you could eat much of it, but it's really good. Tack, tack. It's time for round number 3. Fight! Yes, then we are back with portion number 3. So they had a chef that would portion out some beef fillet with some béarnaise sauce. So I think we should just try this one. See if they've managed to make it juicy or not. So a little béarnaise. No, that's real dry. The béarnaise is good though. That fish was horrible. Yeah, that was whack. 2 more fries and then I think we'll just do some cheese or dessert. Selection wasn't the best today. Yeah, so we found some nice cheeses. So we have the Dana Blue, white blue cheese, taleggio, and I can't remember what this was called. And then we have some kind of cake pie and a cheesecake. When eating the buffet, you gotta get my money's worth. It's quite rich, but it's really good. I haven't tried this one before. Quite tangy. Now we tried the taleggio. Now let's see how the cheesecake is. Quite velvety. And let's try this cake. So it's kind of like a marzipan layer in the lower part. I think it's about time to pay now. Mange tack.
En kopi til dig.
Nej tack, den där är fin den.
Tack.
Selv tack. I was going to bed, then I started to hear it bubble, and the entire train is wet and has bubbled out. I need to go and talk to reception.
Men det var fordi vandet, det kom op, ikke?
Ja.
Ja, altså der var oversvømmelse.
Ja.
Ja, ja.
Ja, nej, plutselig så hørte jeg bare sånn sånn surkling, og så trodde jeg bare det var naboen som spilte toalettet, men det stoppet ikke, og da tenkte jeg å åpne døra, og da sov jeg helt den dobørsta fløyt, og ja.
Det skulle gerne virke nu. Så skulle det være fikset her. Og der er tørt derude.
Ja, da håper jeg bare det ikke skjer igjen.
Nej, og hvorfor det skete, det ved jeg ikke. Men jeg håber ikke, det sker ikke.
Nei, ikke ærlig skyld da, for jeg håper jeg får sove.
Ja. Men det larmede det?
Ja,
ja.
Veldig høyt.
Okay.
Såpass at jeg ble egentlig redd for at det bare skulle flyte ut her, og ja.
Ja, det er for sikkert.
For det var veldig during, og så og så, ja.
Jeg håber ikke, det sker igen.
Ikke ærlig.
Men nu er der i hvert fald pænt derude igen.
Tak, jeg sætter pris på det.
Wait to your vehicle, but make sure to keep the engine off until you receive the signal to drive off. Please note that you're not allowed to smoke on the car deck or inside the vehicles.
Yellow, then it's time to go and explore Copenhagen. We're done in the room. The ship has reached harbor. Let me just get my bags and we are off to go. Ta-da. Now let's just make sure we haven't forgotten anything. So let's bounce, you and me. Hey,
Ja, vi tager en ommer til sommer mange gange. Min bedste på et opgave. Okay?
Yeah, so then we are off the ship. We are entering the harbor and going for the shuttle bus towards downtown. Then I will show you the Pearl of Copenhagen. Yeah, let's just do the stairs. So then we're outside, and these are the shuttle buses. I'll just have a quick cigarette first. Hi, boss.
Ja.
Tak, tak.
Ja.
And then we are finally off towards Copenhagen Central.
Der var ikke flere, der skulle ind på Nørreport. Gør I sgu ja.
Then we are in Copenhagen Central. So we'll have a quick stop by the central station, and then I think we'll find the metro to the next shooting and stuff I enjoy to do here in Copenhagen. But first, let's have a look at some graffiti. I can already now see the Ho Alio. He's from Oslo. Let's see if there's some other famous names down here. Oh yeah, it is. So you have over there, you have the Moa, you have the TR, How. That's a good one. They have, however, been here and buffed since last time I was in Copenhagen. Let's go into the central station and then we'll see what we have. So you saw the bus, it took about 30 minutes with the stop in Nørreport station to drop off some of the passengers. And then you have from the ship enters harbor until you have to be in the on the boat, it's 6 hours. But realistically, you're getting like 4.5, 5 hours downtown if you want to be certain to make the boat back again. And this is the entrance to Hovedbanegården, which is the central station of Copenhagen. As you can see, it's quite an old, beautiful building. So I always stop by here to take in the memories of a previous life. So now we are exiting the metro for one of the more famous places in Copenhagen. We are visiting the Freetown Christiania today. So it's Freetown that was made in the 1970s on old military grounds. So the hippies decided to squat it, and after many years of back and forth, they were allowed to buy it, I think almost 10 years ago now. So that it is a permanent place in town. So now we are in Kristiansand, which is the part of town that Christiania is inside of. We just exited the metro. This is one of the areas of Copenhagen where it's not so fancy. Everybody is easier to talk to. And of course, Freetown Christiania used to be famous for weed smoking. I'm told that they have stopped selling weed in Pusher Street. So we will see about that. And also what the locals feel and what the changes have been since they decided to do it. So just follow me along as we go and explore. Christiania is most famous for Pusher Street and the weed sales. But what I think is one of the coolest parts of it is all of the crazy houses that they've built by hand and with found objects. So I will show you them a little later on when we're inside Christiania. But like, just the pure tenacity of people. They never give up. And that's what I've always loved about this place. You will see it.
Yo. Can you spare some bread, please? Thank you, man.
Tattoo chef.
Thank you.
Yes, well, as you saw, one of the ways to constantly get to talk to people is to smoke. That guy seemed like he needed it though. So now we are on the home stretch. You see the church behind me, and in front of me now you will see Freetown Christiania show up. And then we'll have a scenic walk through it, see where we can film and where we maybe can't, and see what has changed since last time I was here in Freetown Christiania. And here you see, oh wow, stuff has really changed. Square Burger used to have that truck here. Now they've managed to build an entire building. Huh. But this mural is honestly one of the coolest ones I've ever seen. And I always take a couple of moments to appreciate it when I'm here. Because it's insane work to make. And it's really cool with the runic signs, the elves, and it all really makes it pop out. And this guy I've seen many places in Europe. He makes the calligraphy. It's quite cool. So this entire building is new. Wasn't there last time I was here. And then we'll see what we can find inside here. So here we have the signs. So it says, for several years, organized violent gangs have been dominating Pusher Street. This was incompatible with Christiania's values, and therefore Christiania's common meeting decided to close Pusher Street. We are in the process of transforming the area. New shops, workshops, music, culture, mini gardens, food, coffee, coziness, and play for all ages. You're welcome, and we hope you will help us make Christiania the world's most beautiful oasis. We do not want Pusher Street back. Please respect this. Do not buy hash in Christiania. Quite a different vibe from what it used to be. Because I will show you where Pusher Street is soon. But honestly, you would get smashed your camera for walking past it with it previously. And then the alley shop has become a second-hand store, probably wise after all of the issues with Ali's clothing that there was. This is the skate park. We will have a look at that afterwards. But first, let's have a look at, this is what is called, or used to be called, Pusher Street. So here you could buy hash, weed, whatever you wanted of cannabis from different guys standing with small homemade sheds. That has closed, but here you could usually buy bongs, some clothes, some paper. But it does seem like most of the shops here aren't really making much money now. So it's kind of, we'll see. Hopefully we can find the mural of Natasha, the famous reggae and dancehall singer from Denmark, because it's always been inside of Pusher Street, so I have never been able to film it before now. Wow, it feels so empty here now, I gotta say. There used to be so many people here. But this is the mural I was talking about. So it's the Rest in Peace Natasha. And she has like some of the most famous songs made by a Danish artist. She died in a plane crash in the Caribbean. I think it's like early mid 2000. But she's had a long-lasting legacy here in Christiania and in Denmark in general. And this is also one of the reasons why dancehall, reggae and such is such huge music here. I do see some guys hanging around, so I'm guessing it's not all closed, but it does feel very close. They've painted the Greenland house. Yeah, and the shops are rebuilding or not open. So everything seems kind of closed. I don't know if that was what they were trying to do by closing the Pusher Street, because now it feels a little dead here. But hey, alweer? Yeah. But like, I would rather have the life here and not be able to film than to be able to film and to have it as dead as now. Because this is not the Christiania I remember. This is a little sad, I have to say. So Nemolan is still there, of course. The old army barracks are there. But this really does just feels a little sad, I gotta say. And here we have the sign again that Pusher Street is closed. Really different from what I remember it to be. But hey, everything needs to change in life sometimes. I'm just sad that they had to take Christiania. Hopefully the people living here are having a better time now. But seeing as I see so few people on the streets, I kind of doubt it. Because I understand that cafes and restaurants can make money, but now where are all of the tourists? It used to be stacked with people here. And this garden always had people chilling out. But there it wasn't allowed to smoke inside actually. So it might be one of the few places still keeping a roll on. But it's really weird, this one. I have to say, this is not how I remember it or how I would wish it to be honest. Before we go and look at how do people live here. But yeah, this kind of leaves me a little sad. Gives me a sour taste in my mouth. I don't really understand how this is gonna help, even if I understand that the violence was not wanted anymore. It's still sad to see it kind of fall away like this. If I remember correctly, there should be something behind here. Yeah. Then let's walk and look at the more interesting houses. At least they haven't changed. In Copenhagen, there you have like some good sodas, good beers. The Christiania beer is also sold there. So I advise you to stop by there. And of course, one thing you still can enjoy here in Christiania is the murals, graffiti and street art. Lots of building going on. So I'm guessing a couple of people left after Pusher Street and have let new people get in. This house, I think, used to be built with circus equipment. Not anymore. And then here we have the water and the lake, and also Sørlyst, which is the kindergarten for Christiania. So they do have everything you need here. So it's been a self-sufficient, self-controlling society for quite some time. And it's gone pretty good actually, except for a couple of violence episodes. But that you have in all societies. So in summertime, it's really nice to be along the water here. But of course, when the kindergarten is open, then you stay away from this area. You can be on either side of the kindergarten, but of course, let the kids enjoy their play alone. So there's ice on the water. You might be able to see a couple of the fun-looking houses over there. So you have, for instance, this house over there, if we can see it. It's like made of found glass windows, which is quite creative. Hi. Then we have the bridge over here, which we're going to cross, and then we get to see a couple of the houses. So it's quite unique. We have something that tried to be like this in Norway, in Trondheim, which is called Svartlamund. But honestly, it's a small place. They don't really do the same building, and they don't have the mutual meeting where everybody has to agree. So if you want to move into Christiania, you have to be part in the Almøte, or like the General Assembly. And in the General Assembly, it's not enough that 60% of the people want you to move in. It needs to be 100%. So this is what we call consensus-based. So everybody has to agree, or else it won't happen. This can, of course, lead to some things taking more time. But then again, everybody knows what they have decided together. And this does give the opportunity to reflect. Okay. And like this bridge, if you do graffiti, this is the place to definitely leave your tag, because everybody does. And you can see old ones, new ones, whatever. Over here we have the garbage incinerator, as you can see from the pipes. But on top of that, you have a ski resort, a plastic ski resort called Copenhagen. So definitely something to check out. Let me know if you want me to come back and show you how Copenhagen is. And I will do that another day. See a lot of people I recognize around here. I really do.
Mercy, mercy, I'm gonna have fun tonight. Mercy, mercy.
And so now we are in the residential area of Christiania. So there are no shops and such here. So do show some respect. Do not go into people's gardens, and be respectful. Don't photograph people, etc. I will show you like the vibe, but I won't go too close. So hopefully you can see enough to understand how magical this place is. Because if you look at, for instance, this shed here is insane, with all different planks found, put together, and made this really cool building, I gotta say, with the old paint and everything. And you see, they do have like really a good grasp on building, that I have to say. And you have several of like these ones, like bogies from all the trains. This one I always thought was really cool, with like the extra building on top in wood and the brick foundation. And they always make some fun colors. These domed houses also are quite interesting and creative. Kind of gives you a little of the Hobbit feel, even if it's not that small. And of course the colors. Who wouldn't want a pink house? I would.
Let's have fun tonight. Working from Monday to Friday. Real hard. Oh, come Sunday.
And as you see, Christiania is quite a place. If I had the opportunity in another life, I would definitely stay here. I have lived in the area, but never on the inside. And here we are coming up on the most famous house, the glass building, or the glass house. So we'll see if you can see it from the back. Yeah, you can see something on the side there. You see the entire back here, of course. And as you see, they don't want people to go into their yard. Totally understandable, and do respect that. So it's unique, beautiful, and it's in Scandinavia. You would not expect to find this in rigid Scandinavia, I would think. But you do, which is quite the joy. And now we are at the end. So you can see this is an old army building, and here you see they're telling people like for the meetings and such. So now I will show you the rest of it, and then I think we're almost maybe we can have one beer and then we have to get to the bus before it's too late. So we managed to get on board the ship again tonight. So this is definitely beautiful, but it does seem to me that it's changed since Pusher Street was removed. But time will tell.
Sunday, a time for chill out. All the work and no play make you dull, I say. What's the meaning of life without fun? No matter how you think you're tough, yes. You only have one life to live. Be merry, spread love, I said. Today you here, tomorrow you're gone, 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 gone. Mercy, mercy, we gonna have fun tonight. Mercy, mercy, let's have fun tonight.
And now we're going to the other end and towards the Fakir school, where they learn circus tricks and swallowing swords and flames and stuff like that. So as you can see, this is like where families live. It's not scary at all, but most tourists, they usually only stay in the kind of heart of Christiania. And I think that's a little wrong. You should definitely do a little more. So here we have the last couple of cool buildings before the old army barracks, which is turned into the Fakir school. You see, like, this house is quite cool as well. Palats. So people really manage to make their home wherever it is. This one also seems new to me, but it looks a little old. So it might just be my memory playing tricks on me. This one. And this is Fakir school. So like around here. This house too is quite cool with all of the glass. And even with the snow, they're all biking.
Be merry, spread love, I say. Today you here, tomorrow you're gone, gone, gone. Mercy, mercy, we're gonna have fun tonight. Mercy, mercy, let's have fun tonight. Working from Monday to Friday, real hard. Oh, come Saturday and Sunday, I got to chill out. All work and no play, make you dull, I say. What's the meaning of life without some fun? Mercy, mercy, we're gonna have fun tonight. Mercy, mercy, let's have fun tonight. Mercy, mercy, we're gonna have fun tonight. Mercy,
And this is the legal graffiti wall.
mercy, let's have fun tonight. Mercy, mercy, we're gonna have fun tonight. Mercy, mercy, let's have fun tonight.
It does seem quite dead now. I know it's winter and everything, but still, should be a little more life and vibrancy. Når det først er lov. Jeg har aldri kunnet gå her uten deg med det før, vet du. Men alt er dødt her nå, eller? Ja, bare sånn folk generelt. Det er liksom ikke turister, ikke noe. Det er bare alt er finished, ja? Ja, okay. I try again in April, eh? Hvordan det skjer? Yeah, so as you said, it's pretty dead now. But it might also be because of winter. So we'll try again in April and we'll hopefully see some more life. Because this was really just sad. Usually there's always something happening there, you know? At least the graffiti is still here. Because there you see the original signs. Read aloud, hard drugs not. That's always been the policy here. But now it's changed. Now it's nothing. Yeah, well. So inside this building is the skate park. The skate park is actually quite cool, like with the bowl and everything. I don't really have the time now, but check out the Skate Nomads video from when he was here, and you can see the entire vibe. It is quite impressive. And then now we will come up on the giant. This is the wooden giant. I think there's a couple tens in Denmark, and now there's more, honestly, almost all over the world. This guy has really taken off. So do keep an eye open for the big trolls, the wooden trolls. Yeah. Getting out. Then we are in Copenhagen Central. And this is the entrance to Hovedbanegården, which is the central station of Copenhagen. As you can see, it's quite an old, beautiful building. So the metro here in Copenhagen, it's quite unique actually. So there's no drivers, it's an automated system. So I will see if I can manage to show you the front as I enter the metro on my way to Frederiksberg. So here it comes. So, as you can see, where the driver would usually sit, it's passenger seats. So you are able to see the entire tunnel as you ride.
På Frederiksberg kan du skifte til M1 og M2.
Change at Fredericksburg for the M1 and M2 lines.
Dile gracias al Dios. Dile gracias.
I think it's about time to go and grab a beer. Welcome. Now we are in Carlsbergbyen. Carlsbergbyen, it's basically the area of Copenhagen that the Carlsberg breweries owned and where they have had their big production facilities. I always end up going here in the beginning of my trips to have a beer close to the elephants at the Elephant Gate. I will show you the 4 elephants now very soon. And the elephants are built to symbolize the 4 children that the owner of Carlsberg had. So there's 4 elephants, and as you can see, the tower rests on their backs. Laboremus pro patria. So Carl and Ottilia Jacobsen, and then it's 4 children, who is the 4 elephants. So we will go and have a little look at the elephants now. One of the more famous things about them is that the sun cross is on their side. So they are, of course, made and put here way before Second World War, but it does give some odd feelings at this point. And as you can see, they're massive, massive elephants. So it's me and the elephants, you know. As you see, the sun cross, as you saw when I was in Asia as well. So it's the sun cross with the dots. Makes it a little easier to understand what it is. And here we can see it's Carl Jacobsen, who made it in 1901. And it's in memory of his children. So I always go and just see what has changed through the years. Here you have the Carlsberg Museum as well. And like, you can see the emotions of the elephants. So it's made by a really good stonemason. Now, let's see if we can get a beer out of the backpack. Then we'll have a couple of sips in front of the elephant. Found the beer. And then we are back. So we have the Tuborg. I'm not a big fan of Carlsberg beer, but I do enjoy the factory area. So always go here to have a little look. And as you can see also, there are some beautiful, beautiful murals on many of the buildings here. Right, let's go, huh? Yeah, then I've gotten to see my little home away from home. And you see it with like the brick buildings in this area. Really is the essence of what I imagine Copenhagen to be, at least. So I definitely advise you to take a stroll around and see if this is your place as well. Yeah, so now we have arrived at the nicer parts of Copenhagen. It's called Frederiksberg, after the old King Frederick. So I usually always go here to at least catch one beer before exploring the city anymore. I think it should be here. Oh, actually, they put up an ice rink. That's quite cute. And then it should be in here is the garden. Yeah, so we're going in through here, I think. Here you can also rent hockey skates to be able to walk on the ice. And as you see, they do sell beer, they sell sodas, they sell everything. So then we're going in to Fasangon. And let's see if it's the same in the winter as it was in the summer. So you have these signs, they show the layout of Frederiksberg's Havet or park. And on the outskirts, so we are about here, on the outskirts here is Copenhagen Zoo. The garden is open from 6 in the morning until 5 at evening. And back in the day, this was built as a truly spectacular park to show off the wealth of the royals. And here we also have a statue of King Frederick. So it's King Frederick the Sixth. So he's born 28th of January 1768, died in 1839 on the 3rd of December. So many people do like jogging exercises and such in this park. And as I told you, you can also see the zoo from the corner. Now we'll try and find a nice bench to do the first beer. Much more snow than I was expecting though. And as you can see, it's quite a standard place for the locals to walk their dogs, have a nice walk, enjoy some scenery. Yeah, now I can see the tower of the zoo. So then we are in the correct spot. It's quite chilly today though. I really should have brought some gloves, especially when holding the camera as well. But hey, you live and learn, eh? Every day is a new chance to learn. Yeah, now I think you should see the tower up there. And then we will see the castle in not too long. And here you have like the river flows past and there is a big pond. So the pond was used by the rich and nobles to have a nice relaxing day in the central. And also since Denmark is so flat, actually the hill that the castle is on, back in the 1780s, you could see the entirety of Denmark from it. So the king did choose his spot with care. They're making snow angels. It isn't that usual to have this much snow in Denmark. And now you can see behind me, it's the great castle of Frederick the Sixth. And as you see, it's quite beautiful, but you can therefore also see the inspiration for the Norwegian castle in Oslo. it's definitely something like this, because they do look quite a lot the same. Yeah, maybe we should find, yeah, the bench over there, we can have it there. So it's me and Frederick, huh? So I will bring you throughout the world. I will show you the castles. I will show you the graffiti. I will show you the life. And not only that, I will of course do it while carrying a beer in my pocket, because I'm not a fucking loser, you know? So now let's see. Yeah. Oh, one beer down. Time to find the spot for the next one, huh? Let's fucking go. 2026 is gonna be the year. So you better click subscribe, follow to see the newest updates. I'm not gonna do like the other people and just all of a sudden sit down and start a shop or something, you know? So if you want to see adventures you haven't seen before, I'm your man. And the poplar trees are really beautiful in the winter. And you can see they got some insane age on them. It's beautiful out there. So if you're coming to Copenhagen, definitely visit Frederiksberg's garden. And then like, if you want to see some animals, go visit the zoo. Denmark is probably the only place in Scandinavia that sells bears in the zoo. I might be wrong about that, but that's from my impression at least. And the zoo is just over the fence here. So in summertime, you can see some monkeys and such from here without even getting the ticket. But I think the only animals having a good time in the zoo now is probably the polar bears. But it's a nice little park. And especially in the summer times, lots of people vibe here, do some picnics, chill out, drinking beers, some wine, you know. But here we have it actually. So this is the mausoleum I was talking about. I think it's a mausoleum at least. So you see the wolf on top and you got the Roman pillars. So it's quite special. And then I see the kids have used this as a skis and snowboards. But if you look at like these ones, no, actually it's not a wolf, it's a bull. And then you have the pillars. So it's 12 pillars, 2 square, 10 round. I think that probably has like some deeper meaning. And when you just look at it, it's quite spectacular. Really is, especially for being up here in Scandinavia, you know. But you see by the bricks that it's not ancient. This is probably built the same time as the castle for Frederick. But it's beautiful though. It truly is, with the marble and everything. And then from here, you see a straight line to City Hall. And behind there, you have the polar bears inside of the zoo. So it's called Apis Temple. It's done in 1804. Now, I think maybe it's time we go and get some food, huh? Well, seeing as we are in Copenhagen now in Denmark, it's only polite to go and do some food that is Danish. And what the Danes are the most famous for is, of course, what they call smørrebrød, which is an open-faced sandwich, basically. But as I will show you, they do open-faced sandwiches a different way than most people would. The Danes never said no to taking another load on. They love to drink, they love to eat, and they're a great continental kind of Scandinavian people. So let's see how the smørrebrød will be today. We're going to a restaurant that is over 200 years old. It's called Hansen's Old Family Backyard, or Hansen's Gamle Familiehave. Hopefully they serve the traditional way with all the options, because I haven't been to Denmark for a couple of years, and I can feel my mouth just salivating by the thought of smørrebrød now. So hopefully you enjoy it as much as I do. So I came across this little garden on the way to the restaurant. Quite beautiful, serene, with like stone steps, nice forestry, some efeu, and a tiny little terrace here with a gazebo. So if you walk around Frederiksberg enough, you might find it. Definitely a place I will have a couple of beers next time. But it's a little too chilly now. To have this, like almost downtown Copenhagen, it's quite impressive. Really beautiful, with the vines for the grapes draped on top. I wouldn't think you could find this in the middle of a big city. With like mazes upon mazes. And actually, I think it's the first time I've seen Copenhagen laid in snow. And Copenhagen in snow is quite beautiful, I have to say. Here you have some parking. So that's probably a good sign. Usually it's at least. And then we are back to the concrete jungle. Now let's find a place to eat. Time to get some breakfast, or as they call it here, morgenmad. And here we have it, Hansen's Gamle Familiehave. So it's Denmark's oldest family garden, which is what they call these kinds of restaurants. So yeah, it will be interesting to see if it holds up. Here you can see the entire line of owners. Quite interesting, quite cool. Now let's see how it ends up. Mange tak.
Ja.
Bare meg?
En person.
En person.
Hvorfor skal jeg være der?
Hæ? Ja, ikke noe sak. Jeg har god tid.
A few moments later.
Det er Anders her.
Der.
Derovre.
Ja. Mange takk. Oh, ja. Ikke noe sak.
Mission failed. We'll get them next time.
Yeah, so unfortunately we were not allowed to film when we were eating marmite. So I'll show you a couple of pictures from it. But other than that, it was good food. Just ordered a little too much. But yeah, as I've said earlier, Copenhagen in snow is quite beautiful. So I have to try and go here more often in the winter. Even if it's cold, still quite unique.